What's up everyone, David here. Got a new video for y'all today, but before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, so don't miss out. Now this right here, we just came home from Costco grocery haul, specifically for those of you who live a fitness lifestyle. So you're hitting the gym, whether your goal is to build muscle, lose fat, build strength, whatever it may be. You're going to the gym, you gotta fuel your gains. You can only work out so much, but if your diet is not locked in, you're not gonna be getting the results that you want. But with increasing grocery prices, with inflation through the roof, a lot of you might be thinking you're gonna be breaking the bank, or you may have noticed already that, hey, I'm spending more at the grocery store, but I'm not getting more food. Something's not right. I'm gonna be showing you right here today, what exactly is it that you should be getting? And realistically, buying groceries shouldn't cost an arm and a leg. As long as you're getting the right types of foods in the right amounts from the right locations, then you should be good to go. Okay, so before we get into it, I just wanna point out, everything that I have right here, this is not it. There's way more. This is just all I was able to fit on here. I got way more stuff down there. I got some stuff off to the side right here, but everything in total, $347.81. $347.81, but it's not always the price that matters. Many of you may be thinking, oh my God, I'm paying so much for groceries, but you also got to take into account how long are they going to last you, and also how many meals are you eating throughout the day? Because although that might seem like a lot, keep in mind, this is not a week's worth of food. This is a whole month's worth of food. And for someone like me, although it is 7 days a week, 4 weeks out of a month, I'm eating 5 meals a day. So realistically, if this is just a normal day-to-day person, maybe they don't eat as much, or maybe they're not into working out, but they still want to be healthy, you may be only eating 3 meals per day. So take that into consideration. If you eat a little less, it's going to cost less. But regardless, today I'm going to be showing you everything that I got. We're going to be breaking it up between the protein, the carbs, the fats, and then some other items which I consider other. And also, how am I going to be prepping them together? Because there's one big thing that many people don't understand. Yes, you can be getting a lot of food, but you also got to know how to prep it to make full meals. And that's one of the biggest things that's costing your grocery trip to just skyrocket. You're not buying ingredients, you're buying snacks. Okay, if you want to save money, actually, if you want to maximize your dollar, you want to stretch your dollar as much as you can, then you should be buying good whole foods. The reason why so many people, they're overspending at the grocery store and then they're complaining about how much it costs is because they're not actually buying food to prep. They're buying snacks, they're buying brand names. Obviously, all of this is going to run up the bill. So just real quick, before we continue on, watch this video.
$139.80 from Walmart. I don't know if it's because it's election year or what, but it's getting more and more scarce because we didn't get nothing for that amount of money.
October 2024. These are groceries that will last a week and a half to 2 weeks for my family of 4. It should not cost this much to feed us.
Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but this is one of the biggest things that I noticed with these type of videos. Pay attention to what exactly is it that they bought. How many actual ingredients did you see in there? How many things did you see that they actually can make from scratch compared to how many things that they bought that either is a snack or something that could be microwavable? There is a big difference there. When you buy your food, if you buy snacks, if you buy brand names, if you buy stuff that is just in the frozen section and nothing that can be homemade from scratch, obviously that's gonna be more expensive compared to if you buy the raw ingredients. That's the biggest thing. When you go to the grocery store, think of it in terms of I'm buying ingredients, because then I'm going to be putting these ingredients together to make the full meal. So with all that being said, what is it that you have to buy? How much? From where? Grocery store is going to be completely up to you. Again, not everyone has access to a Costco. That's what I got. Some people don't have money to pay for the membership, but if you do, go for it. It just makes it more convenient if you're someone who eats a lot in bulk, because obviously that store is a wholesale. It's meant for people that buy food in bulk. Any grocery store that you go to, they're going to be selling virtually the same type of foods. You just got to go, when it's on sale, get the good quality, avoid the name brands, try to go with the store brand. It's a lot cheaper essentially for the same type of food. Another store that I go to outside of Costco is also a Food for Less. They're supplied by Kroger. So some of you maybe even have access to a Kroger as well. It's all the same thing. You could go to El Super, Vallarta, Super King, whatever it may be. It's just the types of foods you get is what matters, not necessarily the location. Because although yes, bodybuilders, they preach Costco, In reality, is it really that much more of a price difference? It may be a little cheaper because you're getting it in such large bulk, but at the end of the day, if you go to another store and you spend just a couple more dollars to get the same quantity, I mean, that membership price pretty much will make up for the difference. So wherever it is that you go, just make sure you grab the right types of foods. So to get things going, let's look into what I got for protein. As far as protein sources go, I got a combination of meats and also some additional liquids. So biggest thing, bodybuilders, what do y'all eat? Chicken breast. It's a lean cut of meat. Go for it. This is what I got right here. I'm pretty sure all of you have seen these from Costco. Now, keep in mind, I did say earlier, this is 4 weeks worth of food. So obviously everything is gonna last a lot longer. Some of you might only buy groceries 1 week at a time. The only reason why I get 4 weeks at a time is because I hate going to Costco often. I hate dealing with people. It's just so packed all the time. This is just a little more convenient for me. So each one of these packets is right around 9 to 10 pounds worth of chicken. So you do the math, realistically, I got 18 to 20 pounds worth of chicken breast. You want an even cheaper option? The cheapest meat that I see at Costco, as far as chicken wise, is gonna be the drumsticks, the wings, and then the thighs, but the thighs with the bone in. The only reason why I don't get the thighs with the bone in is because I hate having to deal with cutting the meat off the bone. This just makes it a little easier to prep. I'm not only paying for what's gonna help fuel my gains, but at the same time, I'm paying for the convenience, because all that extra time, it's only a couple dollars more, a couple cents more realistically, to not have to deal with the bone, cutting it off, whatever. It's worth it for me. Next, I got red meat right here. Now, it's a little over 5 pounds of red meat. Depending on which kind you get, that's gonna drive up the price, because naturally red meat is gonna cost more than chicken. But for this one, I'm Mexican, come on now. We gotta go with ranchera for the carne asada, right there. That's what we're gonna be going with. You want cheaper cuts of meat, go with ground beef. Just make sure, depending on how lean you are, or if you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, whatever, that's gonna depend the percentage. So if you get like the 97.3, if you get the 80-20, whatever, just take that into account. If you want ribeyes, obviously that's gonna be costing more. If you wanna save money, a little hack, get the chuck roast, that big old piece of meat. If you portion it and you butcher it yourself, there's actually ribeyes in there. When you pay for individually cut ribeye steaks, you're pretty much just paying for the effort they put into already butchering it for you. So take that into account. Me personally, I'm just gonna go with ranchera. It's kind of the in-between cost, not the cheapest meat, not the most expensive, but as far as flavor, how easily it cooks, texture, that's just my personal preference. And also because, again, carne asada, I was raised on that. Why wouldn't I go with it? Next, we got bacon right here. Got the fully cut bacon, relatively inexpensive. Also, I don't eat a lot of fat sources necessarily, as far as unhealthy types of fats, like cupcakes, Twinkies, cookies, whatever it may be. But I do try to get my fats from natural sources. I'm not completely avoiding fats. I know my body needs it, but I'm gonna get it through usually some type of meat source. So the fat on the red meat, the fat from bacon, those are realistically my 2 biggest fat sources. Next, I got right here my panko shrimp. Again, it's got a little more fat on it just because of the breading. This one is for convenience, because sometimes I don't have time to cook the meat right here, or sometimes I forget to take it out of the freezer to let it thaw out and I need a meal in that moment. The frozen section can actually be your best friend. I know earlier I said, don't be the type of people where you only buy food from the frozen section, like those pre-made meals, but there is a time and place if you're doing it right. This one, the macros on it, the flavor, the convenience, definitely worth it. You make this with some rice and some broccoli, boom, it will taste super good. And even if you're on a time crunch, they sell all of this stuff, but already pre-portioned out, pre-filleted, pre-seasoned, and it's still relatively healthy. So depending on your cost, your budget, how much time you have, start looking into the frozen section, but look into, you know, the better options. There are ways around it. Next, milk. I drink a lot of milk. I got the lactose-free one right here. It's got 3 cartons. And then lastly, I got my yogurts. So these are the individually packed yogurts. It's an 18 count, but if you want to get the big tubs of Greek yogurt, you can. For weightlifting, gym, fitness, you know, all that good stuff, Greek yogurt is probably gonna be the way to go. Don't get the regular Greek yogurt. Low calories, but high protein. If you're cutting, that's definitely a good game changer. Also, if you want snacks, you know, you're not in the mood to eat a whole meal, this will definitely be a good way to go. So this covers my protein sources. Next up, carbs. Rice, a big bag of rice. Look back at that clip earlier in this video. Did y'all see all those Pringle cans? Yeah, those are carbs, but they're not the type that you want. You want carbs from good natural sources that you can make, or at least try to put in an effort to get most of them from those natural sources. You want to talk about the cheapest carb source? I can't think of anything cheaper than rice. You get right here a big 20-pound bag of rice, super cheap. I don't know anyone that eats this much rice. So this will probably last me more than the 4 weeks. So you see, there's certain items where maybe they won't last you the full 4 weeks, but there are definitely items where it will last you over a month. This is definitely one of them. So as we're talking about the rice, we'll talk about the chicken stock right here. I got 2 cases of it. Chicken stock is not necessarily a carb. It doesn't really have much of anything, realistically. It's got 10 calories, sodium, 2 grams of protein. That's probably, sorry, I probably should have put it in the protein section, but realistically it has nothing. The only reason why I'm doing it is because I don't make my rice in water. I make my rice in chicken stock. It adds a little bit more flavor, and I'm also doing it because of the collagen that is in here. So it's more for the health benefits. Again, it doesn't really have much of anything other than those 2 grams of protein and a little sodium. So do with that information as you want. I'm just doing it for the collagen, the health benefits, and also just a little more flavor for the rice, because you know, white rice gets a little tiresome from time to time. Next biggest carb source is gonna be with oats. Dude, I mean, it's simple. There's so many things you can do. Throw them in your protein shakes, make a bowl of oatmeal, blend it up as flour and make some pancakes with it. There's just so much you could do. This entire bag, I mean, we're talking about the macros, the price, that is definitely a go-to. Oats is one of the cheapest things that you can eat as far as a carb source goes. Next, we got our fruits and vegetables here. I always find it funny when people say they're gonna go keto, so that means they're gonna be eating no carbs, but then you see a lot of their diet consists of fruits and vegetables, as if a fruit and vegetable are not carbs. They are. So this, I will say, are the only things that will not last me 4 weeks. I don't like getting my produce 4 weeks at a time, because produce, fruits, and vegetables, they go bad easier, or they go bad faster. So that's why usually I don't go to Costco to get produce, because if I get a big amount, it will go bad by the time I finish it. But you know, yesterday I was in need. So we got bananas. I eat 2 bananas per day, so obviously this will not be enough. I run through one of these blueberry packets per week. And then strawberries is on and off, depending on, you know, if I want to blend them in my protein shakes or whatever, I'll throw these in occasionally. But definitely the bananas and the blueberries, those are an everyday type of thing. I will definitely run through this in a week. Definitely run through this in a week. And then broccoli. This will last me a month because it's frozen. They do sell a lot of the produce, fruits and vegetables, in the frozen section. So if you want to go about it that way, you can. It's essentially the same thing. It's just now frozen. Sometimes it will cost a little bit more because, you know, it was pre-washed, pre-cut, like the stems off the strawberries were cut before they froze it. It may cost a little bit more, but again, convenience factor. If that's something you want to take into consideration, then go for it. And then lastly, green juices right here. Just because sometimes it's hard to get more vegetables in, because I personally don't like vegetables, but if you want this green juice, again, not a necessity. If you can, always try to go with getting your fruits and your vegetables through natural sources from the real thing. Don't rely on juices. It's just one of those things where, man, I gotta do what I gotta do. It's just what works for me. So that's it for the carbs. I don't feel like clearing the table, so I'm just gonna jump straight into my fats. This is realistically it, because like I said earlier, most of my fats I get from the meats that I'm eating, the bacon, the red meat. The only additional fats I may add, avocado oil, you know, put a little bit on the pan, or some non-stick oil if I'm grilling some meat on the grill. So again, it's still the same thing. They're both avocado, just one is liquid, one is a spray. That's really all I do for fats. I don't really like avocados. The only additional fat slash protein source that I would include in my diet are eggs, but they actually didn't have any yesterday because I guess we're in some type of egg shortage or whatever. But that's really the only thing that would be missing from this diet. Again, it costed under $350. It was $347, I believe I said earlier. But if you take into account, if I needed to buy seasonings like salt, pepper, turmeric, garlic powder, whatever, the eggs, which I wasn't able to get here, or throughout the month, if I need to do a weekly trip to get more produce, all of that would have added up to roughly $400. And then if you do the math, 4 weeks, $400, that's $100 a week. $100 a week to eat 7 days a week, to eat 5 meals per day, that's definitely well worth it. You just gotta know how to make the meals. So my diet varies depending on if it's a day that I work out versus a day that I don't. And typically the days that I work out are also the days I have to go in for work. So those are my busiest days. So I'm in a rush, so I need quick, convenient, I gotta get my meals in because I got a lot of things to get done. Whereas in the days I don't work out, then okay, it's a little bit more easy pace. I'm not as much in a rush. I can actually take some time to prepare more food or actually sit down and, you know, enjoy what it is that I'm eating. So On the days that I do work out, I work out early in the morning. When I wake up, I don't have a big appetite, but I still know I need some type of calories and I need something to get me going to get me through the workout. On those given days, breakfast, one of these yogurts and an energy drink or something caffeinated. Again, I didn't talk about this earlier. This is what was that category I was talking about earlier, the other category. Absolutely non-essential. Essentially, this is a waste of money for most people. You don't need it if you're getting good enough sleep, or if you want something caffeine, get coffee. It's cheaper, but you know what? It was on sale. I never tried these flavors, whatever. But just know, you really want to save money, you shouldn't even be considering it. It is absolutely not necessary. So that will be my pre-workout meal or meal number one. A little bit of protein, carbs, caffeine. Now, on the days where, you know, I have a slow morning, I actually got time to cook some breakfast, I don't have to go to work or I don't have to work out, then I'll go ahead, make a bowl of oatmeal, cook up some bacon, and make some scrambled eggs. Again, the eggs, they didn't have any because I don't know what's happening with all the eggs. I think they got like recalled. I think there was like a salmonella outbreak or something, but that'll be it. So it'll usually be 4 slices of bacon, 3 eggs, and then 1 bowl of oatmeal. That's it. So these are my meal ones for the 2 given days. Meal 2, usually it's the same thing. It's always a shake because yes, there are days that I work out, but even on the days that I don't work out, I still try to get some type of movement in. So on the days that I work out during the week, yeah, I'll be doing legs, arms, chest, back, whatever. But on the days that I don't, I still try to do, like, let's just say stretching, mobility work, foam rolling, you know, something active to still, you know, get some type of blood flow in. Once I'm done with that, again, because all my workouts or all my physical activity gets done in the morning, I have my post-workout shake. Post-workout shake, I got plenty of videos showing what the recipe is. It's the exact same ingredients here. 16 ounces of milk, half a cup of oats, a banana. The fruits will always vary depending on where I'm at. Some days I'll throw in or every day I'll throw in the blueberries. Sometimes I'll throw in the strawberries. The only thing that will be missing here is the protein powder, which I didn't show, but I do have. Just know if you are gonna be the type of person that eats protein powder, that's gonna drive up the amount. Earlier I said everything, the bill was less than $3.50, but if I were to buy a bag of protein powder from Costco, boom, those are the 50 bucks. That would have brought it up to 400 even. Regardless, it's still 100 bucks per week. So that is meal number 2. Again, you want more in depth, check out my other videos. I got plenty of recipes showing what you could be making your shakes out of. Now, meals 3 and 4, this is where it starts to vary a lot more depending on the day that, you know, whatever day of the week we're on. On the days that I work out, chicken and rice. But the thing is, I actually blend my chicken and rice. I know it sounds a little weird, but you know, when we're at work, we got a busy schedule. I don't have time to be sitting there eating through 2 meals of chicken and rice, especially if the chicken came out dry. So instead, I meal prep it all, portion it in Tupperwares, but then I blend it and then I just drink it. So a meal that would have taken me 20 minutes to eat, boom, I could down it in 20 seconds. So it's a little more convenient for me. Try it out if you want. The texture is something you might be picky of. Just add more water if it's too thick. Rice mixed in with, not water, but chicken stock. Grill up the chicken breast. The bottles that I put it after I blend it are only 32 ounces. The chicken and the rice, and the amount of water I put to get the consistency that I want, those, I ran out of room. There go the 32 ounces in the bottle, but I still need room for vegetables because I don't want to neglect the micronutrients. I still want to get my vitamins and minerals in. That's why I have this, because although I don't have any more room for actual solid fruits and vegetables, what I can do is I can blend it in 16 ounces of water and 8 ounces of this vegetable juice, which is 1 serving. So boom, I'm still getting my nutrients of what would have been vegetables, but now it's just more liquid. Because again, I gotta make it all fit into that 32-ounce bottle. On the days that I don't work out or the days I don't go to work, I got actually more time to eat and enjoy my food. I'm still going with the rice made in the chicken stock, but now for the first meal, meal 3, I'll go ahead and make some red meat. So, you know, grill up some steaks. Maybe occasionally want a little more variety, I'll make it into a steak burrito. So still rice, this, but I'll wrap it in a tortilla, put some cheese, some sour cream, you know, things like that. Meal number 4, same thing, the rice, but now with the shrimp, because you know, it tastes more, the breading makes it taste a lot better. Take my time, eat it. Both of these will be made with broccoli. Usually broccoli is my preferred vegetable. It tastes good with red meat, it tastes good with this. It's a little more convenient and I can actually chew it. Don't blend broccoli, it's got a weird texture to it. But yeah, those are gonna be meals 3 and 4. depending on if I'm working out, chicken and rice, or if I'm not, red meat and shrimp. Just, you know, enjoy the flavor a little more. So there you have it, everyone. I just showed you everything that I get from Costco. That's a month's worth of food. You do the math, $400 divided by 4 weeks, that's $100 per week. But to get 5 full meals, the 5th meal, which I didn't show, is exactly what the 2nd meal was. It's just another protein shake. The only difference will probably be the flavor of the protein powder. Other than that, it's all relatively the same. You do not have to break the bank if you want to go ahead and feed yourself to fuel your gains in the gym. Yes, I understand. Grocery prices are going up. Yes, obviously inflation is going to go up. As inflation is always going to go up, things are only going to be getting more expensive. But the thing is, how badly you get affected by it depends on what exactly is it that you're buying. Don't be wasting your money on food that you don't need. Don't be wasting your money on brand names, junk food. How about instead you actually invest in some good ingredients so that way you can actually make good whole meals. Just make sure you're picking the right types of foods in the right quantities, the right brands, and from the right locations. You take everything into consideration like that, then you should be good to go. Comment down below if this video was helpful, and comment down below what are some good grocery or budget tips when it comes to buying your week's worth of food, 2 weeks worth of food, however much or however often it is that you buy, where to go, when are things on sale, and what specific types of food. Maybe there's a food that we are not aware of that's high in protein, but it's pretty cheap, that's often overlooked. Things like that, put it down in the comments. Let's try to help each other out. And also comment down below any other video suggestions you'd like to see me do, whether it be about mindset, motivation, nutrition, diets, workouts, programs, whatever it is, comment down below. I'd be more than happy to help y'all out. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you miss out on any new videos. Because remember, I got new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, so don't miss out. And Instagram and TikTok, same thing. Be sure to follow me on both accounts. I put all my links down in the description below. With that being said, I'll catch y'all next time.